Thank you all for being here to help us remember and honor the humanity of all babies. Our time here will also help us remember and realize the challenge that's still ahead until the society's norm becomes every child conceived allowed to live. My encouragement and challenge to you this year will be through a sandwich of a sort: good news, bad news, and more good news. Prepare to hear a few numbers, but don't tune me out. It is good news that more and more babies are being saved. Here in Oregon, the number of abortions is down from an annual high of about 14,000 in the 1990s to about little over 8,000 in 2013. That's many thousands fewer lost each year. Now consider how many have been saved through the pro-life pregnancy centers. Annually, here in Portland alone, about 4,000 mothers changed from contemplating abortion to choosing life. Nationally, through the centers, that number is 65,000 per year. Other grassroots pro-life work, such as those praying peacefully outside abortion facilities, can tell you of thousands more babies, more people who made decisions for life for their baby. These good numbers are babies. They're people, folks, who lived and didn't get added to that number. That's good news. The culture of life is alive and well in our work. The bad news is the opposition is pervasive and cunning. The root cause of abortion, of course, goes down deep to what's wrong with the human heart. In particular, though, it stems from an entrenched ideology of selective breeding and eugenics. Early leaders and advocates of birth control, such as Margaret Sanger, who, as you may know, was the founder of Planned Parenthood, sought to contain poverty and so-called underclass by controlling women's fertility. Guess which racial and economic communities received the most attention? Then and today, Planned Parenthood targets the poorer and, how shall I put it, less white neighborhoods. Why are there an inordinate number of Black and Hispanic babies aborted? 30% of Americans are Black or Hispanic, but represent 55% of all abortions. Locally, why is it that when Planned Parenthood built a mega center in the Portland area, they located it in the neighborhood with the highest percentage of Blacks? Yes, the pro-abortion movement is pervasive and cunning. The Sanger-inspired ideology and the underlying eugenics of controlling human breeding has a dominant influence in our government, mainstream media, entertainment, and even our schools, teaching our children about their bodies, sex, and how to quickly handle being pregnant. Do we really have to stomp out the lives of our most vulnerable humans to get ahead financially or educationally? No. And that's the more good news that I want to encourage you with. We pro-lifers are helping society to see a better way. Our belief as a pro-life movement is that the baby in the womb is not the problem. The baby in the womb is not the problem. No matter the circumstances of conception, each baby is a member of the human family with a right to life that must be protected. Despite cunning opposition, we are saving babies and having further impact reflected through changed hearts as more people are becoming pro-life. Abortion workers, including abortionists, are leaving that business. And abortion sites are closing their doors. Many are. Life-protecting legislation is also being passed and anti-life bills thwarted. Prayers and your grassroots efforts at county and state fairs, expo shows, school and church groups, websites, and social media have greatly helped. This pro-life movement is here to stay, and we are making headway and we are growing. I love how the political commentator Fred Barnes put it. That the pro-life movement is bigger is a given. It's also younger, increasingly entrepreneurial, more strategic in its thinking, better organized, tougher in dealing with allies and enemies alike, almost wildly ambitious, and more relentless than ever. Let me close with this challenge. Be encouraged, but also be aware. Parents, be aware of what your kids are being taught in the school about reproductive issues and who is teaching it to them. Young people, be aware of what you are being exposed to online as well as in school. Friends, again, the baby in the womb is not the problem. We cannot bring back the ones that are lost, but we can continue to increase the numbers saved. Our calling is great, but we must not tire in pursuing good. It is good to save lives. It is good to help change hearts. Let us continue standing against the ideology of the culture of death. I thank God for each one of you and for your commitment to stand for the lives of our littlest humans. I pray God's favor on all that you choose to do this coming year to help advance the norm of every baby conceived allowed to live. Thank you.